A serving member of Garda Síochána, the Guardians of the Peace, our angels of peace in Ireland, was arrested yesterday after €100,000 of seized drugs went missing from the Garda station, from the police station. Oh my Christ, lads. One of the craziest stories I've ever heard in my entire life. What's the scale, lads? What's the story? Welcome back to the show. We have a crazy video today. A bunch of different news topics to get through today. First one's insane. It says the cannabis haul, made up of several kilos of the drug, of weed, was securely stored in an evidence locker within a Garda station. So they had it securely stored in an evidence locker, and of course somebody went in and stole it, probably sold it. You know, in every organization, there's like inside gang members, there's probably people that are leaking information to, Russia, there's probably guys that are leaking information to China. Who the hell knows? Like, there's spies in every organization. There's people getting bought and paid for. The Gardaí, they only earn 30 to 50,000 euro per year. You know, if somebody comes to you and offers you 80,000 euro, 50,000 euro, a big whack lump sum of money, you're going to start singing like the flipping birds in the morning in Dublin. So these people are getting paid off. They're getting flipping bribed. They're probably getting blackmailed. Hey, we have a picture of your cock that you sent on Snapchat back 10 years ago. You better flipping give us all this drugs, cannabis from the weed, from the actual Garda station, or else we're going to leak pictures of your cock and balls. The beans and mash. So like, it's just ridiculous. We don't know who the hell people are. They're now recruiting members of Garda Síochána from flipping everywhere in the country, every religion, every race, every background, without even background checks. Okay? Maybe you need different people from different backgrounds to go into certain communities to sort of talk to people now. It's more diverse. We have a more diverse country. That's what they wanted. But even worse, now you have people that are in the flipping Garda Síochána that are inside men when it comes to gang criminals. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, guys. So these people aren't getting background checked that are getting into the police, the Gardaí. So how the hell do we even know what their intentions of the Gardaí are? What do we know what their intentions are for becoming a member of the Guards? It says here, the Garda remains in custody this evening as an investigation by the force's anti-corruption unit. Oh, Jesus. They have an entire unit specifically for this, of course. The inquiry relates to about 100,000 worth of drugs, which was seized in the country, in the east of the country, Dublin, obviously. There's not that much drugs anywhere else in Ireland apart from in Dublin, okay? Cork, Galway, and Donegal isn't getting large amounts of weed or heroin or cocaine for that matter. Okay, only that is coming out of Dublin. The cannabis haul, made up of several kilos of the drugs, were securely stored in an evidence locker within its Garda station, but several weeks later, it emerged that it had been removed. Where did it go? We'll never know. While the matter was initially investigated by a local level, it was later referred to the Garda unit, which investigate allegations of wrongdoing within the force. This morning, detectives attached the anti-corruption unit arresting a serving Garda as part of the investigation. He has been detained under organised crime legislation, so he's a member of organised crime. That was in the Gardaí, okay, a cousin, a brother, who the hell knows, and can be held up to 7 days, at which time he must be either brought before the court, charged, or released. In a statement by the Gardaí, they said, on part of an ongoing investigation by the Eastern region supported by the Garda Anti-Corruption Unit, a member of Garda Síochána was arrested today and is being currently held in custody. I mean, obviously we get nothing on this story. Very, very suppressed story. All of these corruption stories or stories about migrants killing people, stabbing people, shooting people, sexually assaulting people, they never get much traction and coverage by the mainstream media. It's only people like myself that actually reports on stuff like this. You will never see mainstream media reporting a lot on these kind of news stories. They'll give it the once over. Oh yeah, there's corruption. Oh yeah, there's another stabbing. Riyadh Butchacker stabbed up some kids. Oh yeah, there was a flipping sexual assault at City West. But they'll gloss over that part. They'll start talking about the riots. Oh, the riots were terrible. Oh, the Gardaí, they have a hard job. Guys, there's not much transparency when it comes to the mainstream media. And that's my beef. My beef is bigger than the Irish government and with the regular people. My beef is with mainstream Irish media. And speaking of transparency, here we have Ivan Yates here being questioned by somebody in the government who didn't like the fact that he didn't disclose that he was working with Jim Gavin to help Jim Gavin speak better. Basically just nonsense. Like, okay, we didn't know that he was helping Jim Gavin. Everybody knows that if some of these political people give you hundreds of thousands of euros, you're going to help them. I'd reveal anyone that I'm talking to. I don't give a shit, guys. My flipping shit is open. My messenger is open. You know, if people want to ask me what I earn, who I talk to, I don't give a shit, guys. Everyone knows where I live. Everything is on the internet. I record everything. I talk about everything. I am the most transparent person there is, honestly. I couldn't give a bollocks, to be perfectly honest, because I'm not in this for the money. Okay, of course you need to make a living. You need to make a couple thousand per month, okay? 2,000 a month is enough for me. But I'm not in this for the money. A lot of these people in mainstream media, let's be honest, all of them, you know, all these people that are going to the World Bank, 600,000 euro, you know, Pascal, what's his name? Pascal Donahue, all these massive, you know, people that are working in government, they're all making 400,000 a year, massive money. You think that people, you know, I get called grifter. I make like a few thousand a month. We're talking about massive money by these people that are being pumped into by the mainstream media, and we don't hear a word about it. We don't know who their sponsors are. We don't know who are paying the money. They're sponsored by Big Pharma. They're sponsored by the military-industrial complex, a lot of our Irish politicians. You know that for certain, that they're getting tons of money from the US government, from the military-industrial complex, from the Big Pharma, from AstraZeneca. All these massive corporations are paying our Irish politicians a shit ton of money, and we don't know who their sponsors are. We don't know who any of their sponsors are. Massive money, guys, okay?
I was speaking exclusively in the context of a podcast.
Well, now I'm asking about it more broadly.
Yeah, well, I actually don't do much broadcasting anymore.
But for the broadcasting that you do, I ask the same question.
This question is?
So this transgender looking lady, this is a man, I don't know, I don't really know much about her. She's asking this Ivan Yates how he could be so sinister getting money from Jim Gavin to help him speak better, like linguistic training or some bullshit. Like, who gives a shit, guys? Linguistics training? I mean, who even cares? Like, is it a big deal? I guess so, but did we expect any less? Did anyone not expect this? Like, come on.
Do you still believe that it is a mood killer to make disclosures about your interests as a broadcaster?
The situation is this.
You can't answer that question.
No, mine is this. The one question I feel is the valid question to me. When I give an opinion, is it authentic or is it paid for by somebody else?
Right.
And the truth is, and you may not believe this, but the truth is, it is always fearlessly my own opinion.
That's fair enough. Okay, I take a guy at his word. We have people here in government that people are coming to them. They're saying, you have to say this politically and speak on this politically, like Micheál Martin, Simon Harris, or else we will strip your position and we'll take all the money off you. They're bought and paid for. They're not independent. These people in government, I would say, don't vote for anybody in the government, guys. They are 100% completely bought and paid for. 100%. You can't even change my mind on that. 1,000%.
The issue is you're saying, I have the personal integrity to say that I'm doing this job today and another job tomorrow. That is absurd. You are either a transparent, objective presenter of a news and current affairs programme or you're not. And the public, the listeners, don't have the information that you have. They cannot. You're saying it's up to people to decide, and people can decide and listeners can decide, but they cannot decide if they don't have the information.
I mean, she's right in one regard. Obviously, we want to know what the hell is going on behind the scenes. We want to know the sponsors. But I just don't trust any mainstream media. Any mainstream media. This is why I love Gripped Media. Gripped Media have said, we do not take money from anybody. Same as me. I don't take money from anyone. Okay, any countries you guys can think of, I don't take money from these people. I take money from my sales, my memberships, my personal training brand. It's all independent, guys. I don't know, like, if you see a mainstream media platform company coming out saying that we take money from certain countries or certain politicians or certain corporations, I mean, man, that is instantly no trust. Ever. You cannot trust these people, ever. Ireland is failing in every way, whether it be mainstream media broadcasting, whether it be just working your certain job in Ireland. Like most jobs in this country, unless you're a doctor, lawyer, engineer, one of these 10 jobs in Ireland that you can make money off, plumber, one of these trades, electrician. If you're not one of these jobs, if you just work a basic 9 to 5 in retail like I did, you're going to be broke your whole entire life. You're going to have a shit existence, a shit living. But even if you do have a good job, look at this, guys. This is now today in Ireland. increasing commute times in Ireland. This idiot from Today FM says that he commutes 4 hours per day, 2 hours to work and 2 hours back. Do you know how insane that is, guys? For a probably shit enough wage, like Today FM, I mean, a lot of these radio stations are funded by the government. Of course, they could never function if they were independently run. Like myself, I'm independent run. I gotta say that for the third time. I'm independent, okay? I'm independent. I'm like a rapper. I never signed to a label. I'm independent. That's literally how I feel, guys. But all these people, when you sign to a label, when you sign to a studio like this, oh, I'm signing on the dotted line, you sign your life away. You instantly become a cuck. I had a guy ring me saying, and I'll never say their name and stuff because they're more conservative, of course. I love them, much love. And I'm not even hating on these people. But it's like, the guy rang me and he was trying to tell me like I can use the studio and all this kind of thing to like, you know, push the message out there in Dublin. And obviously I live in Galway, so it would be too far of a journey to drive back and forth every day or even once a week. Like that's too much to be driving. Like I just don't drive that much, guys. I drive a lot in Galway, but not really like, you know, inter-county flipping driving. That's crazy shit. Like, but he instantly started telling me as soon as I said, oh yeah, I might look into it. He instantly was like, okay, well, you got to change your name from County Gaines to something else. You know, make it like Christopher Strauss Walsh, like my actual name. You also like can't be defaming people. You can't be insulting people. And I was like, what the fuck? This guy immediately, and I didn't even say yes to taking his offer. He immediately tried to change my YouTube channel without even flipping asking, without even actually saying yes and agreeing that I would join his broadcast. Like just complete nonsense, like complete insanity. This was only recently. I was dumbfounded. I was like, how the hell can this lad, who I'd never even met before, I just talked to him twice on the phone, he's already trying to change my YouTube channel. Like, no, people want authenticity. This whole big studio, all this, that's never going to sell. It's bullshit, guys. People know that these people lack authenticity and integrity.
Since September this year, something has happened and the commute has just become unbearable. So I'm at a stage now where the 4-hour commute, that's door to door in the morning from my house to Marconi House here and then back home. A few times recently it's been 4.5 hours. And I was saying to my wife last week when I came home after one of those really bad nights, I said, one of us is going to end up in a 5-hour commute very, very soon because that's the way things are going. That's reflected all over the country. It's not just coming in from Navan. And I know sometimes I'm kind of looking, because I'm kind of an older worker, put it that way, so I don't have too much of my working life to go. And sometimes I'm sitting on the bus and we're in the bus lane and we're passing the cars finally. And I'm looking at these people who are young workers going into work and I'm looking at them thinking, you've got 3 or 4 more decades of this unless somebody does something soon. And I don't see anybody taking this particularly urgently. So those people are stuck doing that for a long time to come, and that cannot be good for them.
I'll be perfectly honest, lads. Like, if you are in Ireland and you just turned 22, 23 out of college, or you've just completed your trade, I don't see how you can stay in this country anymore. Like, for me, I just love Ireland, so I'm staying here. My ancestors are Irish, and like, I actually have a connection to this land, right? If you're in any way not having that much opportunity here, oh my God, you should move, like, because you're never going to find anything here. Like, but at the same time, gold isn't a location. Gold is at your doorstep, okay? What you make of life is what you're going to become. But at the same time, guys, I mean, the stories that I hear of some of these jobs that people have, holy, like, complete torture, like, complete nightmare. And I can't even begin to imagine the nightmare that would be happening if I was trying to drive 4.5 hours. I would just quit. I'm going to be honest, guys. Like, I couldn't even do a 4.5 hour commute. That's ridiculous. There's ways to make a living that don't involve just being a psychopath selling your soul with all this traveling. Like, it's just nonsense. And like I said before, we don't even have freedoms in Ireland. If you guys think that we're free in this country, we're not free. Listen to Tucker Carlson eviscerate Piers Morgan when it comes to the freedoms that we have in Ireland and the UK and Europe, right?
Which is why do we have so many guns?
No,
we're free.
No, didn't ask that.
We're free because no one can tell us we can't defend ourselves.
We all used to have guns too. No,
and then you guys, after the Second World War, which was like a liberation war, and you won, you lost all your freedom, and now you can't even express your political opinions, or they put you in jail.
Yep.
So, like, how did you win? How did you win? Is that what victory looks like? You lose all your rights, your economy gets destroyed.
You know what we won?
Bankers?
We won.
Sudden, oh, I won!
We won because I'm not conducting this interview in German, which I would have
So
been.
it's linguistic.
I'd rather not speak German and be
Okay.
goose-stepping around my yard in England.
But you are goose-stepping. People are arrested for praying.
We literally won our freedom. from
Where's
people.
your freedom? Where's your freedom? You can get
I'm
arrested.
I'm as free as you could possibly want a human
You
being to
can't
be.
defend yourself.
Clown.
You can't control who comes into your country, and you can't criticize government policies, or you get arrested. So how are you free? You're a slave.
I love that. Completely destroyed Piers Morgan. In the UK, you get arrested for anything. Praying, speaking about stuff, even standing outside a religious praying ground, you get arrested. You can't post anything on Twitter. You have no weapons to defend yourself. You're cooked. The UK is cooked. I would never live in the UK. The UK is the worst country in the entire world, to be perfectly honest. I would rather live in Afghanistan under Taliban rule than live in the UK. The Taliban look like they're having great crack. They're all dancing. They don't have any shoes. Oh, la, la, la. They're dancing. They're running around the place. They have guns. They have motorbikes. I see all the vlogs and shit. They're having a great crack. You know, maybe not so good if you're a woman, but if you're a foreigner living there, sure, it's great crack. It just feels like the Western world, like you're more subject to scrutiny and probably going to prison than anything. Like, we're already in prison here. There's no opportunities. You can't defend yourself. You can't do anything. I mean, Tucker Carlson is correct. Like, we can't even dictate who lives next to us. Look at Japan. Japan enforces new strict immigration rules. If you're illegal, you'll be deported. If you break the law, you'll be deported. If you don't follow local customs, you'll be deported. And finally, if you don't respect Japanese culture, you'll be deported. I would say bring in all of those 4 new strict immigration rules to Ireland. Absolutely, I'd be in favor of that. We can't even decide who lives around us now. We're being cooked by this mass human illegal migration into the country, and it's a disaster. It's destroying the country.
一部の外国人による違法行為やルールからの逸脱に対して毅然と対応して国民の皆様の不安や不公平感を解消しなくてはいけないというのがあるんですね。そういう悪いことをする人は一人も日本にはいませんと、ちゃんとルールと法を守っている人しか日本にはいないんですよっていう状況を作らないと。
小野田大臣は外国人との共生について、ルールを守って暮らす外国人の方々が住みづらくなることはあってはならないとした上で、ルールと法を守る人しか日本にいない状況を作ると述べました。また、外国人受け入れの厳格化と人手不足とのバランスについては、我が国は不法就労、不法滞在を許さないと指摘した上で、適法ではない方々にしっかりと帰ってもらう、そういう人たちを入れないことと、適法に活躍してくれる方を入れることは全く矛盾しないと強調しました。
Amazing. Much love to the Japanese from Ireland. Hopefully we go on holiday there sometime soon, maybe next year, and I'll actually record what it should be like, okay? But yeah, it's just amazing, guys. All these things that we have in these other countries abroad that are seemingly not as free as Ireland, you know, because that's what they'll say, oh, the Middle East and Africa and the Far East is less free than Ireland. I don't think they are. I think we're way less free. We have way less freedoms than in Africa, than in flipping Japan. I think we have way less freedoms. You can't do anything in this country. You know, you get flipping put in prison. So it is what it is. If you want to support me, hit the join link underneath the video so I can help push back against the mainstream media every single day. I love you all, and I'll see you all in the next one, lads. Peace.